We are back with you now on Wave Listens Live, sitting down with Cervices LLC Roofing, Gutters, and Siding. We have the president back with us now, Dana Brown, and it's great to see you.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I want to start talking a bit about, we know that we had some storms here last week. There have already been massive hailstorms in the Midwest already this year. So what do we need to know?
So a couple of things, really. So storm season waits for no one, right? There's no such thing as storm prevention. There's just storm preparedness. And people tend to fall, like myself, somewhere on a continuum, right, between the really prepared folks and the procrastinators, right? And this time of year, you definitely know where you land on that continuum. I'm sure everybody's seen the reports out of like Kansas City and Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, they had hailstones that were, you know, like huge. They were like cantaloupes, it seemed like, you know. Definitely you hope and pray that you're not in the line of something like that, but knowing what to expect before an event like that might happen is always a calming thing. So for those of us that are on the preparedness end of the spectrum, you know, I mean, those folks know every detail about their policy, right? They know if they've got an ACV or an RCV policy. They know what their deductible is, or if it changes based on the type of peril, all that kind of stuff. Those people know. And they feel calmer in the world knowing that stuff. And then there's the rest of us. We wait until we're in the middle of something and then we kind of figure it out, right? A few minutes kind of visiting the preparedness end of the world is really good for folks that are like us, that are normal, you know, and we're so inundated with everything that's going on in the day-to-day. Preparing for something that hasn't even happened yet is just not going to make the cut in most 24-hour periods for us, right? So for those folks, we're here and we want to be a resource for them. You know, we pride ourselves on education, and that's a big deal for us. We've got some guides, some homeowner guides that, you know, our guys take them in person, but we've also got them on our website that people can go to our website and download those. That'll kind of help you walk through that process of figuring out exactly what some of those industry-specific terms are. Do I have an ACV policy or an RCV, and what does that even mean? You know, what are the differences and what are the questions that I need to ask, you know, my agent before that becomes an issue? So we definitely encourage folks to go over to the website and check those out.
We were just looking at the forms here. Why was this so important to say, hey, we want to be not only there to fix issues when they pop up, but a resource for people in the community to maybe take a little stress off your shoulders if you go through something like those hailstorms you were describing out in Texas and Kansas City? Well,
and we hate to see that kind of devastation anywhere, but you know, we're glad it's not here. You know, we don't want that to be anywhere, but that kind of devastation is going to call on all of your resources. So being prepared in the event that you find yourself in that kind of catastrophic thing not only takes a weight off of your shoulders as far as the worry, but also as far as knowing that you'll be on the front end side of that. You know, I was a teacher. So educating is part of the deal for me, and I'm also a by-the-book person, and we didn't have a book, so we got a book, and now we've got it for other people to be able to download and check out those resources as well. But that being said, those of us who are on that procrastinator side, yeah, I don't want to see anybody come up against that statute of limitations. Most insurance policies say you've got 12 months from the date of loss. We had bad winds last year in March, April, and May.
I remember it.
So if you have not had your house inspected, if you haven't had a qualified professional come out and take a look at your shingles, take a look at your gutters, your siding, I don't want anybody to go from being procrastinator to being out of luck because they missed that deadline. So we're happy to be a resource for folks and go out and just let them know if it is something they need to follow up with their agent on or follow up with their insurance company on a claim, or if they're all good. But it's better to know than to guess.
I know we have a graphic too that we wanted to pop up, impact test here. Walk us through what we're seeing here.
Okay, so there's been a lot in our industry about Class 3 and Class 4 impact test shingles. So what that refers to is that when those hailstones, like we saw in the Midwest, come through, do they break through the back of a shingle? So the anatomy of a shingle itself, it has multiple layers, but the hail test is really designed to decide whether or not the shingle is going to be actually damaged or just impacted by those hailstones. And so there are products that are out on the market right now that have Class 3 or Class 4 hail resistance. We're happy to go through the details of all of exactly what that UL rating means. But suffice it to say that if you have hail that touches your roof and makes any sort of collision with your roof, you're going to want to have the best chance of that not causing you to have to get a new roof every time there's a hailstorm. You know, we hear a lot about it, and while it might be great for businesses like mine, it's not great for the pocketbooks of our customers, and we pride ourselves in doing what's right, not always just what's profitable.
Speaking to that subject, I know that you do some things with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library as well. Another way to just be there and help the community.
Again, I was a teacher, so education is important.
I get those books to my house. I know exactly how great it is.
Well, and who doesn't love Dolly?
Right.
So,
that too.
Yeah. So we partnered with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in Louisville, and we are matching dollar for dollar up to $15,000 donations that come through our website. So it's an opportunity if you're a reader, or if you're trying to raise readers, you know, you got kids or grandkids that you want to be readers. First of all, definitely sign up to get the books. You get a book a month from birth to age 5. But then if you donate through our website, then we're matching dollar for dollar, so you're able to double your impact.
Yep. And
so we definitely encourage that.
As I mentioned, I get the books for my 1-year-old son, and so they've been coming since he was born, it seems like, and they're always fantastic when a new one comes. Okay, we got a minute or so left. Let's get in the shingle mingle before you leave us today.
Okay, so we do a lot of doom and gloom, you know, in our business.
It just comes with the territory.
We do like to have some fun too. So I am on the board of the National Women in Roofing Kentucky Council, and we are having an event this Wednesday. If you're watching this and you're actually a competitor of mine, I welcome you to come out and be a collaborator. It's a shingle and mingle event. It is this Wednesday. It is at the El Napal on oh my heavens, I can't remember the name. Eastern Parkway.
I was going to say they're all over the place. We've got to know which one it is.
It is the one on Eastern Parkway.
Yep.
But you can RSVP. There is a QR code there, or you can reach out to me directly or through our Facebook page or our website to RSVP for that. But anybody that is in the roofing industry or in a complementary industry, we would love to have you out. We are very collaborative and inclusive, and would love to see them there.
Perfect. El Napal on Eastern Parkway. We'll make sure to be there. And if we need the Services provides servicesllc.com, one of the easy ways to get in touch with you.
Absolutely. It's 749 Roof. We're Services with a C because we see service differently.
And there you have it right there on the screen. Well, it was great to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. And we hope it's a calm storm season, but we know you'll be there for people if it's not.
If they need us, we're there.
All right. Well, stay with us here on Wave Listens.